Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we're going to take a look at what the now infamous Monster High Wednesday inspired post could have looked like if it had just been done better. In my last video we talked about the drama between Rainbow High and Monster High's post being very similar and who copied who, so if you're not sure what I'm talking about then be sure to check that video out to get more context. But basically Monster High posted this picture, reminder, here it is, on Friday, December the 23rd, which is a little over a week ago now. And as you can probably tell by the quality of the picture and just, you know, the lack of new photos taken and just the reuse of the background and just the stock photos of the dolls. Also, the Elizabeth doll is the bigger version. That's the Tall Ghouls one. They couldn't even get out the normal size Elizabeth stock photo. So yeah, a lot of different things here point towards the fact that Monster High's post, Wednesday inspired post, was kind of poorly executed. I'm sad to say. It just is not giving what it's supposed to give. And many people even thought that Howleen and Twyla would have made a much better pairing to represent the characters of Wednesday Addams and Enid Sinclair, respectively. And thanks to @YNDY Arts on Instagram, that wish can come true because they actually made an artwork of Howleen and Twyla as Wednesday and Enid. They actually saw people wanting to see that happen, that portrayal, instead of a Viperine and Elizabeth, and then they just made the artwork and it looks perfect. This is what the post should have looked like. They explained the thought process in the caption reading, "As you can see, I had to alter the Nevermore Academy uniform to match the palette of each character. Luckily, they already had very fitting colors, so it looks really cool in my opinion. I mixed both versions of Howleen to keep the blonde and the pink in her hair with a little bit of blue, as well as a meeting point between both of her hair textures to resemble Enid's. Twyla is sporting some braids just like Wednesday and her uniform, but in purple colors. She also shows her swapped Monster High logo on her chest and some shoes that are a mix of the ones each character has. Lastly but not least, Frankie makes an appearance as Fing, and that is genius. That's exactly what I said they should have done in the original post. Just have Frankie's hand somewhere in the room. It doesn't even have to be on Wednesday or Twyla. It could have just been in the room, but just to have Frankie's hand as the Thing, that alone would have made it 10 times better. But nope, they had to put a random gray hand statue in the background, which to me did not even signal that was Thing. That was just a statue. And then of course they even went as far as to recreate the room in the Monster High background style, which looks so good. I don't know what it is about the old post of Monster High, the original. It just looks so plain. It looks two-dimensional. In this one, there's actually some depth of feel. Like, it looks three-dimensional. It looks like, oh, I can see Space Lake. It just looks way better, and it also just looks like much more like high effort. The original, again, it's just like 2D, no dimensions. It's just like plain. It's a little bit shiny and that's it. This one feels like actually Monster High, Twyla is the embodiment of Wednesday. I mean, who else is more Wednesday than Twyla? Twyla literally lives in the shadows. I mean, if that's not Wednesday attitude, then I don't know what is, because that literally screams Wednesday Addams to me. So the pigtails are on point. I love that the uniform is a different shade, like mentioned before, but also a different length. It's longer for Twyla's uniform and shorter on Enid. And the shoes are a good mix between the chunky platforms for what that Jenna Ortega wore as Wednesday in the show, and then also a good mix between Twyla's original pair of shoes. They have the same coloring and kind of like stitching. And then Howleen as Enid Sinclair, I think, is also a match made in heaven. I mean, maybe Howleen is not as bubbly and upbeat as Enid, but I still feel like their personalities are pretty similar. But by the way, I love the expression on both these characters. It's so on point. The hairstyle looks so good on Howleen. Honestly, I would love to see a Howleen doll with this kind of like a bob hairstyle. And then the mixture of hair colors, you would think it would get messy, but considering there's like yellow, orange, pink, and blue, it looks really good actually. I love this hair mix, the hair color, and then the makeup even, look, it's very faint. It's not like very obvious, but you can tell that she's wearing like pink and blue eyeshadow, which is very accurate. Some pink lipstick, even her nails are, her nails are painted in the different nail polish colors of blue, pink, and yellow. Looks really great. Maybe if she had longer claws, I feel like that would be maybe even more accurate to the show, because in the show Enid has very long claws. And on the Rainbow High post they made Sunny's nails super long, like really long. Now her uniform is more unique. We can see here that she's wearing a little sweater underneath. It's in bright orange to match her hair, and just bright color scheme overall. And then her uniform is more of like a blue. Twilight's is more of like a dark purple, because in the show the normal uniforms are like purpley dark blue, and then Wednesday wears black because she's allergic to color. And it's also a little bit shorter, the uniform, and therefore we can also see the mismatched socks underneath. One sock is pink, the other one has stripes of blue, yellow, and orange, and then her shoes are some chunky heels with also some mismatched shoelacing and in pink and blue respectively on opposite sides, of course. I also love that we can see the reflection of the window on the floor with the bright colors, especially on the left side, on Enid's side. In the Monster High post, they didn't do that for whatever reason, so I feel like that also kind of took away some of the magic. Overall, this depiction of the scene is way better than what we actually got with the Monster High post. There's just so many little issues here that make it really fall apart, and this artwork really just makes you realize how good the Monster High Wednesday inspired post could have really been. It could have been epic. It could have been even better than Rainbow High. Unfortunately, they missed the mark, but hopefully this is just a learning curve for future better posts. I've got some more Monster High Wednesday tea though, because Domoka, the artist who made this artwork, created this beautiful piece of Wednesday in the Monster High style, and she looks great. I definitely feel like a Wednesday Monster High collaboration would be epic. I mean, Wednesday is super popular right now. It's like one of the most popular Netflix shows ever, so I feel like Monster High is definitely considering, at least like maybe in the future, to make a Skeletor doll of Wednesday Addams, or just some kind of Addams Family collaboration, even if it's not a doll. But I feel like they have to do it because Wednesday is such a big hit. And look at Fing, he looks great. The stitch work on the hand is really great, and I definitely feel like if we do get a Wednesday Addams doll, then Fing has to be 100% included. And of course there's even some artwork also from Domoka of Wednesday doing the infamous dance by now to the Lady Gaga song Bloody Mary in her fabulous black prom, or what was it called? It was something like prom dress. Looks great. I can't even. It looks so good. And they also created this artwork of the older version of Wednesday, or I guess the Christina Ricci version of Wednesday from the Addams Family and Addams Family Values movies. And so there are a couple differences here with the hairstyle and then also the accessories and the earrings. The earrings are like dripping blood, and then there's like these gorgeous like little red rhinestones going down the front, and then the ends of her braids are nooses. Of course, I love that. And she's also holding some poison. And look at these shoes, y'all. The heels of the shoes are guillotines, and they have some blood splatter. Yes, they do. This is so iconic. I can't even, like, mwah. Who would Wednesday be without her mom, Morticia Addams, who got played by the legendary Catherine Zeta-Jones on the Netflix show? Here she is, fully decked out in black, in a long dress that has a train in the back, and the tights that she's wearing have also a ongoing rose thorn pattern, and she's also holding a rose, and kind of like, I guess she's cutting the rose, I don't know. But the heels are devastatingly beautiful and pointy. She could definitely knock someone out with them heels. And she looks great with her iconic piercing gaze, and her deep dark red lipstick. Now this character isn't or has anything to do with the Addams Family, but I saw this artwork and I had to share it. It's the Emily from the Corpse Bride movie, the stop motion movie by Tim Burton. It's Oh my god, I need a doll of her. I always wanted a doll of her, even like the normal version of from the Tim Burton movie. And there are like figurines, but she's just such a like complex and uniquely magnificent design. She has such a unique design with the like certain parts of her body showing the skeleton, like the ribs, the arms. Like, it's just genius. I love the way she was designed. And then also here with the artwork, it just looks so good with the heels and everything. I'm just so obsessed, and I definitely want to get I definitely want them to do a collab between Monster High and Corpse Bride to make this Emily doll. It has to happen one day. I have to see this come true, become real life. And that was the video. I want to know what your opinions are on this Monster High Wednesday inspired post. What would you have liked to see it look like instead? Do you also agree that this artwork looks way better than the actual post itself, and that they should have done something like the artwork with the characters, or like with just putting more effort into the post? I don't know. Just let me know what you think down below. And also, like, which characters do you want to see get made into collector dolls next? Because like I said, I definitely want to see Corpse Bride Emily. I'm dying to see her get made. And then of course Wednesday herself, the icon legend. So let me know down below. I hope y'all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already, so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way daily and keeping you up to date with all the dollty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses.